Hi there. Looking today at the difference between lead generation and lead conversion. So, if you're sending people to a particular landing page or a site for them to buy or for them to interact with you, you want to make sure that the two work hand in hand, they work together. So, let me first start by explaining what the difference is between each. So we talk first about lead generation. So lead generation is the interest that you garner from putting out your offer. If you're able to bring a lot of people with you over to view your offer, your landing page, wherever you happen to have that offer set up, if you're bringing people over, you're generating leads. These people, you've got eyeballs on your offer. That's lead generation. The assumption is that you're bringing over people that would be naturally interested in buying what you have to offer. It's not talking about every person on the planet going and visiting. Okay. It's targeted leads. So we're talking here about targeted leads that if they visited your offer, they're quite likely to want to buy if they see and it suits what they need. Okay, so that's lead generation. So then we talk about lead conversion. So lead conversion is when they land on your offer, they see your offer, they read about it, they see it, they view it, they decide to press that button, buy. That's when you convert them. So that's lead conversion. Now, lead conversion it's not just necessarily a monetary transaction. It means that they fill out an order for a booking form, they book a meeting with you, or they do something that you want them to do on that landing page. As soon as they take that action that you want them to do, that's called a conversion. All right. So if you're in the position where maybe you've taken out an ad on Google, you've got a Google ad up, and you've got in the back end of your Google account, you've got information that tells you you've got loads of traffic coming over to your site. They're actually landing on your site, but they're not buying, they're not converting. Then you have a problem because whether you're doing it through an ad or you're doing it through organic social media posting, whichever way you're doing it, it's costing you in some form or another. It's costing you either in time or it's costing you in money. If you're doing paid ads, it's obviously going to cost you in money and a little bit of time. If you're doing organic, it's costing you a lot of time to get these leads coming in. Now, if you're spending all of that money and effort bringing the leads in and they don't buy, then you've got a problem, right? You're wasting your time and money where you shouldn't be. So we want to talk about how we avoid this. So that's what the rest of this video is going to be about today. So when we assume, okay, it might be a numbers game, you get more people. So if we say, for example, the more people that come in, the more we'll buy, right? So there's a logical assumption that the more people come in, the more they're going to buy. When it comes to selling online and sending people to a landing page and communicating with them on that landing page, that's not necessarily, because it really depends on when they land on that landing page, have you met their expectations? When they clicked on whatever they clicked on to get to your landing page, they had a certain expectation in their head about what they were going to see. And if they don't see that when they land on that landing page, chances of them spending time looking around to try and find what they actually wanted to see, not very high. They're going to bounce off and go somewhere else. All right. So that's where your lead generation doesn't lead to lead conversion because you're just not meeting expectations. They thought they were going to see something. They landed on your landing page, wasn't what they expected. So then they go off. All right. So it's not necessarily the more that come, the more that will buy. You need to work out, are the expectations fulfilled when they get there? Okay. So I'll give you an example with some clients that I've had in the past where, and each time I have a client that comes to me and says, look, I'm getting loads of traffic to my site. Google have said that there's loads of people coming to my site, but nobody's buying anything or very few people are buying. And we're not getting the results we thought we were going to get. Then I know without even looking at the landing page where the offer ends up in, I know before I even look at it, what's wrong. It is this expectation that's not fulfilled, right? They're thinking that they're going to be delivering their clients a certain experience, or they think their clients are going to think a certain way about their offer. but the clients are thinking a completely different thing. And it's all to do with what they see when they get there. So that's what we're going to look at now. What do they see when they get there? So looking at these clients that I'm thinking about here, one example was there was just too much jargon. Right? What we mean by jargon is all internal language for the industry that if you're in the industry, you will understand. But as a layman, a customer, a normal customer, they don't really understand that language. So when they see a lot of technical words on the page, or they see words that they just would never use themselves for what they intend to transact on your landing page, then their expectations are not met and they're going to be thinking, okay, I'm in the wrong place here, and they'll leave. All right. So if you're not talking their language, then they're not going to buy. It's as simple as that. You've got to talk and you look at things from your client's point of view, not from your point of view. Don't build your landing page to make you feel good. You've got to build your landing page so that your clients feel what you want them to feel. And you don't want them to feel really stupid, really. If they land on the in page and I don't even understand this, they're going to feel inadequate, stupid, whatever. So they're going to leave, right? You don't want your clients to feel like that. So you've got to be very careful on how you build your site so that you avoid jargon. And as I say, there's too much jargon. There shouldn't be any jargon at all, right? So you should be really user friendly, catering exactly to what the potential buyer wants in their language. That's what you've got to do. If your page isn't doing that, the chances of you converting those leads is very small. Okay, another one, same client that was doing where the information was full of jargon. The other thing that would have put people off also was the visual branding didn't invoke trust. So this was a company that was in the financial services industry. So it's a financial institution. So we all have a certain expectation of what we expect to see when we go and visit a financial institution website, or if we're expecting to transact through that website to maybe send money somewhere, you've really got to trust that site, right? If you're going to be sending your money through, definitely it's got to be high trust there. And you expect a financial institution to look a certain way. And if you land on that landing page and this does not look like a financial institution whatsoever, chances of you trusting them to send your money elsewhere is very small. So that was another thing that went against them, was they did not look the part. So you need to look the part as well. You need to just manage these expectations. What is your client going to be thinking they're going to? If you're going to surprise them when they get there and it's not a good surprise, it's a nasty surprise, they're not going to transact with you. Okay. Another customer I had, same thing. She said, loads of people are coming to my site. No one's transacting. No one's booking. And this is in the educational space. So no one's booking my classes. And the reason for this was when you got to their landing page, you got to their site, it was just information overwhelm. They were just trying to convey far too much information in one small space. And really, when you're taking someone from an ad to an offer, you just want that one single offer there. Don't want to overwhelm them with everything that you do. They just want to see that one thing that you do. So information overwhelm is a problem. If the customer is confused, they are not going to buy from you. So make sure you're only getting them to do one thing on your landing page. They're going to make one decision over one product or service or offer. Do not bombard them with everything that you have. That is not going to work. All right. So confusion, overwhelm, information overwhelm is a big problem there. And as I said, this client was in the education field. So again, you have an expectation of what they're going to look like, how they're going to act, how they're going to appear. And you expect the communication to be very clear. And when it's not, you lose trust with that organization. You should think, okay, they should know better. So if your client is thinking to themselves, they should know better, I'm not dealing with them, you have a problem of trust again there. All right. Really, that's the reason why it's not how much traffic is coming to your site. It's one, how much of the right traffic are they actually people that would buy from you anyway? We're assuming here these are people that will buy from you, but you are losing huge opportunities if people that would buy from you land on your landing page and then don't buy from you because of mistakes you're making in the landing page. That is just money falling through your fingers, right? It's not something you want. So you've got to make sure that you meet their expectations between the ad they clicked on or the post they clicked on and where you send them. There must be a match, and you must match those expectations. All right. So just to sum up, really, you want to build the landing page for the customer, not for you, for the customer. You don't want to be telling them why something works. You want to be telling them what it can do for them. It's answering the question, what's in it for me? WIIFM, famous radio station in marketing, right? What does it do for them? That's what you need to communicate. So build it for the customer. Don't build it for you and your ego. Don't overwhelm with too much information. A landing page should offer one offer, one call to action. That's it. Don't make the customer think. All right. So that's another no, you don't want to do. And then, so that's that. And then the next one is be mindful of the visual impression you make. Be mindful of the visual impression. So the branding of the landing page should match what you say you do. All right. You should, as soon as they see the visuals on your page, they should be comforted that, yes, I'm in the right place. This is what I expect to see. This is the behavior I expect from this particular company or service provider. So your visual impression counts. And as they say, you only get one chance to make a good first impression. If your landing page doesn't cut it, you're in trouble. All right. And finally, the final point I just want to make here of the thing of the relationship between this lead generation and lead conversion is there is no point generating all these leads, sending traffic over to an offer if that page just doesn't convert. All right. And it's if you're bringing people that would buy from you over to a page and they don't buy from you, there is something wrong with that page. There's something wrong with the visual, the communication, the look. It's not giving trust. It's not meeting expectations. And that is why people aren't buying from you. It's not that you haven't got enough people over there. It's you want to get enough of the right people. And when they see what they see, they still want what they thought they were there to buy. And then they buy or they convert, whatever action you want them to take. All right. So I hope that has helped in terms of just making you realize that it's not purely a numbers game. It's not driving as many people as possible to your offer. Your offer also has to speak to them in order for it to convert. All right. So if you like what you've heard today, then do subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so that you get notified every time I put a new video up. And I'd love it if you would just keep coming back. Love to be able to impart more knowledge of the 20 years I've been in business.